So we're back once again with another one. Um, some things on my mind, you know what I mean. A lot of things that I wanna address, wanna bring up, but I have to do so slowly, methodically, you know, thoughtfully, giving great consideration to what I'm doing here. You know what I mean. Um, but there's certain things that need to be understood, right, about the discussion, because there's meaning to all this. There's a message. You know what I mean? As random as the thoughts are, and as freestyle as it is thus far, um, there's stories to all of our lives. These profound stories to all of our lives, and I wanna highlight that. You know, of course, we have to draw attention to the notoriety of who we are. The infamy of our namesakes. Our nicknames or whatnot. The reputations we've lived up to, and that precede us. Um, but to also speak to, those characteristics, those traits, those qualities of each individual that, it takes a lot for a person to be driven to do those things. Gifts and talents. It takes a certain ability, a certain capacity to go headlong down those rabbit holes like we have. You know what I mean? So um that's why I like, each one, like with Yuck, there'll be another, Yuck part two, or, whatever more that goes along with it. The more that I can recollect, and, you know, hopefully I can get into writing, what I mean, at least, some nice little 3 to 5 minute readings on people's stories of, different homies, different people that are highlighted. For now, it's just, I'm just running raw, get videos out, but as I said, there's a meaning to them. There's a meaning to this message. You know what I mean? There's a purpose. Because there's a lot of confusion as to how we got here. You know what I mean? And why these conflicts exist amongst us. You know what I mean? They don't need to be. And I'm not trying to throw fuel on fires and none of that, man. I'm not. Listen, as long as they rage in people's hearts, there's still the potential still exists for people to cross paths, and there to be innocence lost as a result. You know what I mean? And this is what we're trying to prevent, and that's what I'm trying to prevent. And uh, uh, you know, and presenting an example that, you know, I've made peace with so many of them from my past. That that were friends that became foes. That, friends again. You know what I mean? Because it's like the nature of the crossing of paths, and the way that it transpired. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's what's lost in all these war stories that people talk, because everybody's headstrong on trying to be, the top dog, or being to know the top dog, or this or that. It's idol worshiping. You know what I mean? When we're all human beings, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we have these unique individual stories, as I said. You know what I mean? Um, because, and it's important to note, because I found recently in myself that in my expressions from my past, especially the way that I did, that it only incited people to further the violence. You know what I mean? It only perpetuated the problem, because people saw me as a symbol, in spite of their own disillusionment and whatnot. Um, when somebody's out there like that, so full of pride and arrogance and ignorance and whatnot, and is reflecting on such a terrible state of being, that I know there's millions and millions and millions who aspire to be that gangster and this and that, that to hear that I've done these things and whatnot, it only makes people, like I said, want to further that violence or to outdo that. And it only gives them ideas to go and do what they're in the furtherance of what they're doing, you know what I mean, wrong with their lives, you know what I mean? Because the reality of it is like, I don't feel I need to let you learn these lessons the hard way on your own. Like a child will say, well, I need to learn on my own. And people say, yeah, learn on your own. Yeah, some things, yes. But when it's life and death at stake and you see how you can destroy your future, or how easily you can destroy your future, then, you know, or your life or whatever, you just throw it all away over what? To make a name, to be seen, to be liked. But that's the cool homie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When it's the ones it's the ones in class that people are just the nerds and them that they're most successful. It's the ones that, you know what I mean, the ones that make those sacrifices then to stay true to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a personality disorder we suffer from. You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, I want to inspire the complete opposite. Like I want to inspire as if I would want to be inspired myself then as a child. Like this is what I say to people is what I would want to hear then. You know what I mean? Like, and I know myself because like all of us have gone through. We've seen so many motherfuckers come through them doors and come preaching to us. You know what I mean? As kids, we cross paths with so many in counseling and all this other shit that, you know what I mean, the OGs and shit from here and there that, you know, they got war stories and, you know, Jesus Christ, whatever. And, you know, motherfucker weren't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? There was no relation to what they were trying to say because it was the same old gimmick. You know what I mean? That's how we all saw it. But that was one of the things that most of us felt we couldn't be helped anyway. That's why we're the 1%. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is that's who I'm speaking to here, is that 1%, because it's like, you know, we have the greatest potential to succeed, man, to be, you know, with the same ambition, man, the same drive, the same intelligence, the same everything. You just redirect it. You know what I mean? You just reapply it. You know what I mean? You just realize that nothing from behind me applies now. None. If it's not an inherent quality you're born with, it's not essential. It's not.